Alright, Bat Fam, today we're doing the impossible, crowning the top 10 actors who should wear the cowl in the DCU. James Gunn said Batman casting isn't underway yet, though he has admitted he's a big Alan Ritchson fan. 10 names, 1 cape, and a lot of angry comments if I miss your favorite. Let's talk who actually makes sense for the brave and the bold. A veteran Bruce who's already lived through tragedy and has a son named Damian to prove it. Number 10. Tom Bateman. Bateman's got that switch on a dime quality. Smooth billionaire at a fundraiser, shark-eyed vigilante 2 hours later. He reads like a Bruce who can weaponize charm as easily as a grappling gun. Why it works. His screen presence skews old money, and his frame can carry the suit. He'd lean into the detective aspect, cool, observant, surgical. Think social engineering Bruce by day, methodical, forensic Batman by night. Potential speed bump. He's the least headline name here, but that's a plus in a shared universe. The role becomes Batman first, actor second. Scene I want. Bruce interviewing a museum curator about a stolen Falcone ledger, perfectly polite, while we cut to Batman already reconstructing the theft from glass micro-scratches and shoe tread. I appreciate the tour, he says. He'd already solved it 10 minutes ago. Number 9, Oliver Jackson-Cohen. Brooding, statuesque, and excellent at playing men with secrets, he brings quiet menace, the kind that doesn't need to growl to freeze a room. Why it works. His body language sells unresolved grief. DCU. Bruce has decades of it. You believe he can stare down mobsters at a gala and disappear into a crime scene like a ghost. Potential speed bump. Less action pedigree on paper, but with the right coordinator, he can go full Predator in the rafters. Scene I want, interrogation room, no yelling, just Bruce reading a mob bookkeeper's microtells, finishing the guy's sentences until he begs to talk. Number 8, Theo James, deep voice, razor charisma, feels like a Bruce who weaponizes flirtation to shake loose intel. The guy can do suave without losing the steel. Why it works? He naturally toggles between Playboy sparkle and do not cross me. For a Damian-era Bruce, that emotional duality is key. Potential speed bump. You'll want a stunt team that builds a dirty, close-quarters fight style to keep him distinct from the Arkham-style heavy hitters. Scene I want. Fundraiser waltz with Selena. Dialogue is banter. Subtext is chess. He walks away with the trophy and the thumb drive she thought she planted on him. Number 7, Richard Madden. Stalwart, coiled, and intensely internal. Gives you a Bruce who never fully lets the mask slip. Even alone, why it works. His default register is thoughtful and lethal, which tracks with a Gotham that's already scarred him. Perfect for a Damian story where Bruce must lead with discipline rather than rage. You need a script that lets him simmer. Give him detective showcases, not just warehouse smackdowns, and he'll cook. Scene I want. Bruce silently rifling a crime lab after hours. No music, just gloved hands, UV wand, and the moment he finds a fiber that makes him go still. The audience feels the click. Number 6, Jake Gyllenhaal, the most world's greatest detective actor on the list. He can play obsession like it's oxygen. Why it works. He'd deliver the scariest calm Batman. Not a brawler first, a mind that sets traps you don't see coming. Also, top tier, haunted by the night my parents died energy without melodrama. Potential speed bump. He's a prestige magnet. Scheduling and franchise commitment matter, but if you want a cerebral Fincher-Lunflected Gotham, he's your North Star. Scene I want. Crime board sequence where he debunks his own theory on camera, then coldly remaps the case in real time. Number 5, Lee Pace. Towering, aristocratic, and can pivot from tender to terrifying in half a beat. An older, battle-worn Bruce who can still swing off a gargoyle. Why it works. He radiates authority. Perfect for mentoring and clashing with Robin. He recently addressed the rumors without confirming talks, but the fit is obvious. Potential speed bump. If the DCU wants Bruce near Superman's age, Pace might read older. If they lean into dad to Damian, it becomes a feature, not a bug. Scene I want. Damian asleep in a chair. Bruce drapes a blanket, stares at the costume cases, and you see 20 years in his eyes. Number 4, Scott Adkins, the best pure combat Batman on the board, period. He auditioned for the role back in 2013.
One man's tool is another man's weapon.
In your mind, perhaps. But there aren't many things you couldn't turn into.
Enough, Alfred. The police weren't getting it done.
Why it works. His fight IQ is insane. He sells the idea that Bruce mastered every martial art. Imagine a DCU Batman who moves like a human weaponized blueprint. Potential speed bump. You need to foreground his acting chops with a script that lets him underplay. Give him stoic detective scenes and let the physical storytelling do the rest. Scene I want. Dockside ambush filmed like a horror beat. One guy left upright to deliver a warning to Black Mask. Number 3, Jensen Ackles. He's already been Batman vocally across multiple animated films, including The Long Halloween. That gravel and cadence are dialed in. Why it works. He brings seasoned hunter energy and proved in The Boys he can play charmingly toxic when needed. Perfect for a Bruce who isn't a saint. As a Damian-era dad, he'd nail the tough love vibe. Potential speed bump. He reads a touch older than a Corrin Sweat-aged Superman, but again, that can actually help the dynamic. Grizzled tactician meets optimistic powerhouse. Scene I want, rooftop with Gordon. Gordon turns to finish a sentence. Batman's gone. Number 2, Brandon Sklenar, the stealth pick with serious momentum. His recent physical transformation and coy posts kicked up Batman speculation, and he lines up age-wise with the new Superman. Why it works. He reads like a younger veteran. A Bruce not at the start, not at the end, smack in the middle of a dangerous prime. He could give us a lethal Batman who's still learning how to be a father. Potential speed bump. He's less proven in mega franchises, but that keeps the role from feeling pre-owned. Let the suit make the star. Scene I want, Bruce at Wayne Foundation daycare, awkwardly tying a kid's shoe. Cut to that night, Batman pulls a similar knot with a tripwire around a mobster's ankle. Fatherhood refracted through vigilantism. Number 1, Alan Ritchson. If you want a Batman who looks like he can bench press the Batmobile and also disappear into the shadows, Ritchson is the fan frontrunner. And Gunn has literally called himself a big fan.
I am a big Alan Ritchson fan.
Ritchson's also said he'd play Batman for free.
I'd love to play Batman. There, I said it, okay? I'll shout it from the rooftops. I want to be Bruce Wayne!
That's not subtle. Why it works. On screen, he moves like a sledgehammer with footwork, perfect for a DCU that wants Batman to feel dangerous again, and he's surprisingly funny dry, crucial for Bruce's deadpan. Slot him opposite a wisecracking Damian and you've got gold. Potential speed bump, age gap next to Corrin Sweat, and the reality of juggling a hit series. But a Damian timeline Batman should be older. Scene I want, a no music, one-take corridor fight where Batman uses fear as a weapon. When the lights stabilize, 6 guys are down and one is hanging upside down, babbling intel into a mic. If I'm DC Studios, I screen test Ritchson, Sklenar, Ackles, and Pace today. That gives you 4 flavors of Bruce. And remember, Gunn's playing a long game. He said not to expect a casting reveal until the script and strategy click. So, who's your Batman? Sound off, be nice, and if you say Cavill, I'm listening. But that's a whole episode.